I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
Alright, YouTube, what's going on? I finally got a microphone so I can start talking to you guys and start telling y'all things that you can do to help make your beats better, all that stuff, but trying to, make the best of my opportunities as well. Today we're going to be doing some little DMV style sample type beat. I am going to be collabing today with Moses Ended. So we'll be using something from his loop kit, and we're going to see if we can just make something crazy. The whole point of this video is just to show y'all how to really make that DMV sound, especially with the bounce, because it's a lot of drums that are used within the melody just to create the type of vibe. So it's going to be something like a Baby J-Mo, Cartier's, Giz Wop, the whole DMV style. It goes crazy. See, they have a lot of sounds in their drums, so let's get started. All right, so I think I'm gonna use this loop right here that I just found. I think it's gonna be perfect for what we're trying to get done. So what I like to do is I like to just take the loop and just chop all these parts up. Normally if they do it right when they send out loops, they spread it out between 4 bars, and that's the way we just get our idea going on. So I'm gonna chop all these up, and then I'm gonna highlight them with P, Control, Shift, and Hold, and you just take every single one of these pieces and Control X, just cut them all up. These. But me personally, I like to chop it up and just get my own type of style to it. That way it's just, more of my flavor. You can do whatever you want with the shit. Just to keep it, I'm gonna copy the arrangement. I'm gonna do this, Control Alt C, and then I'm just gonna paste it all together. That way it's just, get it own type of group going on. Just making a new loop. This is my style type shit, You can do whatever you want for real. Alright, so that's the loop right there. Let's add some drums to it. Making DMV type drums is all about your percussions and the little bit of spaces that you have. Like, it's a lot of sounds in it. It's gonna crowd up the beat, but if you know what you're doing, then you can really get a good vibe off of this. I like to start with the open hats just to get that bounce going. Hell yeah. Loud ass kick as always. I'm just gonna start with this little progression right here. Come in here, turn that loop point off, normalize it here. It'll just be like this, but you don't want that. Turn the use loop point off and normalize it. Normalize it. That's how you get that open hat bounce. Now we need a crash, and a crash, you know, traditional crash, as always. Put that in the pattern 1, that's the 8-bar pattern. Getting that bounce right there. Now he's gonna add claps. Put a bell in it too. You know, bell go crazy for this shit. That bounce in. Probably gonna add another instance of a perk. I think I'm gonna, you know, keep it real smooth. I want it to follow like the snare pattern. Still have the same type of bounce, but space as well. It's gonna be a lot, but it's not gonna be a lot. That makes sense. Not going to be a DMV beat without the lucrative, Dolan perk sound. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows what this sound is, so let's go pull it up. Dolan ride, whatever you want to call it, but I'm gonna use this for 8-bar. And what I do is I normally make the first half 4 and the second half 8, or you get that bounce to it. Alright, next, gotta put the kicks in there, and I also do kicks and 8 bars. You want to have the main kick pattern, and then you want to have the one that follows the second half of the ride. That makes sense, so I'll show you. Now the second half is gonna be different. You wanna have it in the 8 bar pattern. That's how, I guess, all the DMV beats are. You know that motherfucker hit though. The second half is just start like this. So I'm gonna do something like this, give it like more of a bounce. Slice it up again now. It's like, yeah. Oh, that motherfucker hit. All right. That bounce now. Now we're gonna add 2 more things. First, we need the 808 for sure. Want the 808 to be smacking. Now with these DMV type of beats, the kick normally starts and then the 808 comes a bit later, just because I don't know, that's a lot of their beats. Sometimes they have the 808 start in the beginning after the 8 bar, but right now we're just gonna focus on just getting on the 808. And with these, I normally use like the Luger 808. It's bigger, it's loud, it's not like as punchy. That's why the kick can really just do its thing. If you have trouble hearing the 808, just pitch it up, hold control or command. If you have Mac, and then use the arrow keys, put it up as high as you can. 6-7. C8 normally does it for me. Always go in here, right click, cut your 808s. That way it's not overlapping. I might switch it up actually, make it this 808. Let's turn the kick off real quick. Right here. And another thing what I do with my loops is the low end is always hidden. So I come in here, and most people do, like they'll do just like automatic cut here, just cut the low end off. What I learned from producers who have placements and all, it was to go into here open Maximus, and then just go to the bands and lower this right here. And this will low the low end without completely removing the low end information. So now you get a melody from sound like this. As you can see, you can still hear the low end, but it's not completely gone. Like, it still has that low end information there without completely cutting it off. That way you can actually mix your 808s into it, your kicks and all that stuff into the beat without just completely removing the melody's low end information. So what I do is when you're trying to get that glide, the easiest way to get the glide is just make a note above a note that you already created. Hit this icon right here. It's a slide icon, or you can just press S, put it right on top of a note. It'll give you that sliding. And you hit that. When you hit that, it'll give you the slide. And that's just a way for you to be more creative with your 808s, especially with DMV beats. Like, you can really do a lot with the slides, but don't overdo it. It's not like a drill beat or anything where that's just the 808s, just nothing but slide 808s. No, you want it to be simple, but you also want it to hit hard and have character and have a uniqueness, a quality to it. Now we go back here. One last thing we're gonna do now is add hi-hats. Sometimes you don't need hi-hats, but with these DMV beats, the hi-hats normally come in a little later, or they start at the beginning of the beat or after the 8-bar intro. Just kind of read it with hi-hats, just make it more unique to yourself. They come in a little later. So I'm gonna make I like this hi-hat because it's got a little crisp to it. It's not too heavy. Turn some of these off as well. Come in here, you can extend this note, highlight it, Alt-U, and it'll bring up the chopper. It'll just chop your hi-hats up like I did with my kicks. That's how you use the chopper in your own unique variant way. But get to the mixing portion. And when you're mixing these, I'm gonna tell y'all from an engineer's perspective. Normally producers like to mix all the sounds loud, but most of the time when they're out getting placements and stuff like that, they have to send out stems and just really like tweak it down a lot. And for me, I want it to be able to where it's like it's loud at an audible level, radio ready loud. And then most of the time if they're mixing on a 2-track beat, they're gonna be using things like smack attack to bring back the transient center, just to make it more center and have the sides louder. They're gonna use a Pro Q or some type of EQ. That way it's just within the 2K range. They can just bring that shit down, or use the dynamic portion of it and bring it down. That way the vocals can sit on it. But me, I kind of just make it to where like it's 2-track ready. That makes sense. So what we're gonna do is go to pattern 3, sort this all of this, highlight all of this down right here. Just drag it to the first note. Take this first note, drag it all the way down. Go to the mixer, Control Shift L. And I'm speaking for Windows. If you have a Mac, I'm sorry. No diss to any of my Mac users, but I just like Windows better. Go here, put all of these into the mixer track. When I start, I always start with melody, mix it down. So with the kick, what you want to do is this one right here, we'll just reverse the polarity. That way it sits better with the 808. And I always have my kicks and my 808s in mono every single time. No ifs, ands, or buts, no debates, none of that shit. It's just better that way. See, without the hi-hats, it gives it a lot of bounce. With the hi-hats. With the arrangement portion, you can really make it your type of way. But let's say we're just for the generic DMV artists, we're gonna always start out with, the percussions come in, then the kick and the hi-hats, or kick 808s and the hi-hats. So let me show you. So come in here, right click, pattern, split by channel. Normally I'll just delete all these. Click the first one, hold shift, click the last, it'll highlight all these, and you just drag them into the playlist. And then you got your full tracks in here. And this is the whole pattern. We're gonna chop it up, of course, and make it unique. Now also, what I do is I cut either crash along, but I cut the kick and the 808 since they're different patterns. But I think I just leave the 808 alone, but kick and the ride, I just leave them alone. But the kick is the one I always change up because I wanted that to come in a little bit later. And just have it same kick. So now, through the first kick, change it out. But now we're gonna start off with how we're gonna build the beat in. I'm gonna do like the same thing for the 808 as I did with the kick. That way it makes more sense when I have them all together. I don't want it to be like just the beat finished, all we have to do now is just add a little character. I'm just gonna turn the volume down, like it's just fading out. You'll highlight the last 4 bars. This right here, go to your mixer, hold A, right click, it'll automatically make an automation for you. Now I'm gonna hit right click at the end of this, copy, right click to make a new point here, move it over, paste it, and let's pull this down. And then another thing you can do is to make it a little bit more flavorful, to make it more unique. What you can do is you can highlight this first part right here. All right, what I'm gonna do is highlight this, hold Control, drag up. You have these 2 clips highlighted. Alt Control, Alt C, and it's gonna consolidate them. Now, what you can do is go here, resample, hit stretch 1 time, and go back to resample. What you can do now is you can make an automation clip for the tempo. Like I said, hold A, right click, and make sure it's already set as, you know, what you want to highlight it. So our first 4 bars, and then create an automation clip for the tempo. Now, you right click, copy, right click again. You have enough control, and just drag this down. That way, the 4-bar intro is automated so it can rise up slowly.
I'm doing my part.
The beat is at an audible level now. It's done, but it needs one more thing. I use Master Plan. It's just a better soft clipper. It just tells me everything I need to know in terms of like how to really just boost this up. A lot of mixing and master engineers use Master Plan, so it's something I've incorporated for myself. I raise up the highs.
I'm doing my part.
And I always try to aim for at least around -8 to -9 dB. That way it's just at an audible level.
I'm doing my part.
The video. So this is how you make the traditional type of bounce in the DMV area for Having Motion, for Baby J-Mo, for Kids Wild, Cartiers, where they use that DMV sound. And I'm telling y'all, it's not as hard as you think it is. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna learn a lot from just adding different type of bounce into the beat. You don't really have to follow a set skill set, but there is a way to really push the sound out. This is showing y'all how I make these different type of beats, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said before, I'm gonna be making a lot more videos like this, but at the same time, y'all let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see, who else I should do, what other artists I should be making type beats for, and tutorials and all that stuff. I will be coming out with a lot more mixing tutorials soon. Like, share, comment, and I hope to see y'all next time. Peace out.
I'm doing my part.